All right, let's do a little practice with this and see if you understand. It says refer to the figure at the right and assume that A is parallel to B. So here's A, here's B, and I'm just going to make my little arrows so we know that they're parallel. And I want you guys to see, pause your video and let's see. If angle 1 is 82, how do I find the measure of angle 5 here? Okay? Well, the measure of angle 5 and the measure of angle 1 are going to be congruent because angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles. And when corresponding angles are formed by parallel lines, then the corresponding angles are congruent. So if 1 is 82, then 5 is also 82. Okay? Pause the video and see if you can figure out number 2. It says that the measure of angle 4 is 130. Find the measure of angle 6. The measure of angle 4 is 130. Find the measure of angle 6. Well, angle 4 is 130, and ignore the picture. It's a bad picture because this is obviously not 130. That's an acute angle. I messed up there. Then the measure of angle 6, well, let's identify the angle pair. Those are consecutive interior angles. And when consecutive interior angles are formed by parallel lines, which it says A was parallel to B, then consecutive interior angles are supplementary, not congruent. So if angle 4 is 130 and these two are supplementary, then we take 180, subtract that 130, and we'll get 50. Next example, pause your video. I don't have this on your notes. You guys can just write it to the side if you'd like. But it says the measure of angle 2 is 60. So let's find the measure of angle 7. So the measure of angle 2 is 60. Let's find the measure of angle 7. Well, 2 and 7 are alternate interior angles, or exterior angles. And alternate exterior angles are going to be congruent when the lines that form alternate exterior angles are parallel. So if angle 1 or angle 2 is 60, then angle 7 is also 60. All right, the last example, I want you to pause your video and see if you come up with the same thing I do. Be very careful when you're setting up the algebra for this one. We're not always setting everything equal to each other. All right, so we have find the value of x. These lines are parallel. These angles, 120 and 3x, are not going to be congruent because they're consecutive interior angles. And consecutive interior angles are supplementary when the lines that form them are parallel. And these lines are parallel, so consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So this angle 120 plus this angle 3x are going to equal 180 degrees. They're supplementary. Subtract my 120 from both sides. So I get 3x equals 60. Divide by 3. So I get x is 20. I'm going to plug that x back in to make sure I did it right. 120 plus 3 times x, which was 20, should equal 180. 120 plus 60 should equal 180. 120 plus 60 is 180. So I did this correctly. So when you're setting up your algebra and your practice worksheet that you're about to do, make sure that you know the relationship, identify the angle relationship, then look at your notes and make sure that you know which relationship it has. Basically, you're going to set all the angles congruent to each other or equal to each other unless they're consecutive. If they don't have an angle relationship, like say I gave you this angle and this angle, you're going to have to use your angle relationships to find a missing angle. All right, good luck with your worksheet.